Additionally, Lang Pioneer Village Museum will receive over $78,000 to continue to expand their fabulous facility. And their curator is here today, a good friend of mine, Joe Corrigan, who's done an incredible job for many, many years at Lang to truly put it on the map. And over the next number of years, Lang will continue to evolve because it will be the home for the Peterborough County Agricultural Hall of Fame, and we certainly look forward to that when we have that building established at Lang, Joe, and thank you again for all your great leadership. Lang Pioneer Village provides a window to our communities and our provinces past, and they're great volunteers creating a realistic 19th century settlement.
And now I'd like to ask Mr. Joe Corrigan, Museum Manager for Lang Pioneer Village, to come up and say a few words.
Thank you, Brenda, Mr. Minister, Minister Leal, and Mr. Rinaldi. First off, Peterborough County Warden J. Murray Jones asked me to convey his regrets for not being able to attend this morning's ceremony and his appreciation for the funding that the Minister has announced to support tourism in the greater Peterborough region. Tourism is a very competitive and multifaceted industry, but it really boils down to attractions, accommodation, and visitor services. Our attractions bring visitors to the region. Our accommodations allow people to come from a distance, and as Brenda and her staff at RTO 8 well know, overnight visitors spend more than day trippers. Visitor services include more than just restaurants and service stations and canoe rentals, but the social and economic infrastructure from airports to snow plowing, so visitors can get to their destinations, as well as things like internet access so they can stay in touch. Today, tourism development requires innovation to create product offerings to compete with the rest of the world, partnerships to enable these products to extend to the three major tourism sectors of attractions, accommodations, and visitor services, and memorable experiences. Experiential tourism also needs to be sustainable to ensure that not only our visitors enjoy their time here, but they come back and bring their friends and family with them. Celebrate Ontario funding as part of the provincial government's overall tourism strategy, which includes the regional tourism organizations, does much to support industry members in their efforts to grow tourism and support the local economy. The recent fall in oil prices has seen economists predicting difficulties for several sectors of Canada's economy. The one sector that they all agree that lower oil prices and corresponding decline in the value of the Canadian dollar help is tourism. This makes investing in tourism at this time a wise economic policy. Lang Pioneer Village Museum has been a place where experiential tourism has been practiced for close to half a century. For the past several years, Celebrate Ontario funding has helped us develop new products through partnerships which, in turn, have allowed us to appeal to new markets and enhance our existing programs. In 2011, the Celebrate Ontario grant allowed us to develop theatrical presentations for our solar season in our new Jacquard Loom Weaver Shop Interpretive Center. We were able to extend our operating season into the fall, working with local writers, actors, and musicians, and present living history in an original new way. In 2012, a Celebrate Ontario grant allowed us to partner with Curve Lake First Nation and local reenactment groups to bring an awareness of Native history to First Nations youth through their participation in our War of 1812 reenactment. In 2014, these funds allowed us to bring area musicians and natural history demonstrators to the museum during our summer season and to build attendance and revenues for non-special event days. In 2015, the Celebrate Ontario grant helped us bring our region's literary history to life, turning the village itself into a theater, where visitors came face-to-face with Susanna Moody, Catherine Partrail, and other notable 19th century authors, as well as learning the First Nations origin story. It is worth noting that last year, Lang Pioneer Village Museum's admissions and sales revenues were the highest they've been in our 49-year history. Now, in 2016, Celebrate Ontario funding will be used, among other things, to bring our Abnabin First Nations encampment to life with a native interpreter. This site, which has been established as a result of a multi-year partnership with Curve Lake and Hiawatha First Nations, will be the local First Nations, provide the local First Nations perspective on the region's history to our visitors every day we are open from May to September. These are just a few examples of what we at Lang Pioneer Village have been able to do to foster economic development in the Peterborough region through tourism, with the support of the provincial government's Celebrate Ontario program. Mr. Minister, on behalf of the County of Peterborough, the staff and volunteers of Lang Pioneer Village, I thank you for your ministry's continued support.